And scholars say that the well of Zamzam was clogged till the grandfather of the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, Abdul Muttalib, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed him in a dream where to find it. And we'll get to that inshallah. But for the time being, Jurhum clogged the well of Zamzam from Khuza'a, so they won't, I mean, it's not a nice thing to do because water is very, very important, especially in the desert, but that's what they did. So no one knew where the well of Zamzam was located till the grandfather of the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. So now the leadership of Mecca is under the hands of Khuza'a, and it's been under the hands of Khuza'a for years. Scholars say for about between 300 to 400 years. So another leader from the Khuza'a became the leader of Mecca, and his name is Amr ibn Luhay. Amr ibn Luhay was very powerful, was very wealthy, he was a businessman, and his word, he was very strong, and his words would not be told twice. This is very, very, very important. We talked about how the religion of Islam was during the Jurhum, and even during the Khuza'a was the religion of Islam. Now, Amr ibn Luhay was very powerful, and he was a wealthy man, and his words would not be told twice. So he was the leader of Mecca at that time, and he would travel to Syria and to Yemen to do business. And one time he went to Syria, and in one of his trips to Syria, he met with the Amaliq. Amaliq is the gigantic people. Imlaq in Arabic is a gigantic people. They lived at that time, they lived in Syria. So he used to, when he went to Syria for business, he met with the people of the Amaliq. And the Amaliq, they used to worship idols. So he saw an interesting thing while doing business. He asked the Amaliq, what is this about the idols? They told him, they're our lords. We worship them and we ask them, for this or that or whatever might be, and they're our lords. Now the Amaliq, they worshipped Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they worshipped idols as a way to get them closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he asked, he was very interested, and he told them, can you give me one of the idols to take back to my city, to Mecca? So remember, this is very interesting incident. So they gave him an idol, and that idol, his name is Hubal. And the idol's name, Hubal, was still existing to the time of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ came. So they gave him an idol by the name of Hubal, and he brought it to Mecca, and he instructed, remember what I said about how powerful he is? His words are not being told twice. So he instructed all the people in Mecca. Now he changed the religion from Islam to polytheism, to the worship of the idols. And he not only stopped there, he asked them also to make more idols. And not only that, he instructed every house in Mecca to have their own idol. And not only that, he actually put idols inside Mecca, the Kaaba, and outside the Kaaba. And that's how the idols became an entity worship in Mecca, because he changed the religion of monotheism to the worship of the idols. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said in a hadith that, by Allah, I saw Amr ibn Luhay dragging his intestines and his stomach in the hellfire, because he changed the religion of Islam, of monotheism, into idols. Because the Arabs were muwahhideen ala shari'at Ibrahim alayhi salam wa ala shari'at Ismail alayhi salam, until Amr ibn Luhay came in and he changed that. So Amr ibn Luhay innovated in the religion. And then go into another angle. There is, besides the worship of the idols, there is Christianity and Judaism at the same time. And this will lead us to understand a lot of incidents that will take place when the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is born, and the prophecies from the Christians and the Jews. So I'm trying to kind of give you a step by step so you'll understand in the long run, you'll understand some of the incidents. So where did this Christianity and Judaism came from? How did Christianity and Judaism entered the Arabian Peninsula? When I say Christianity and Judaism, I'm talking about the true teachings of Isa alayhi salam and the true teachings of Musa alayhi salam. I'm not talking about the distortion that happened later on. We're talking about the pure monotheism from the teachings of Isa alayhi salam and the teachings of Musa alayhi salam. So there was a king in Yemen by the name of Rabi'a bin Nasr. Rabi'a bin Nasr. He was respected and very powerful leader in Yemen. However, he migrated into away from Yemen. He migrated into Najran. Najran is a city in the border between Yemen and the Arabian Peninsula. It still exists till up to date. It's in the borders of Yemen and Saudi Arabia. The reason he migrated from Yemen, because he saw a dream, and because of that dream he got scared and he moved away. He moved to Najran. So Rabi'a bin Nasr passed away in Najran, and his family in Najran decided to go back to Yemen. So one of his sons, his name is Tuban. His name is Tuban ibn Rabi'a, became the leader of his tribe. So they decided to go back to Yemen, from Najran to Yemen. So on the way to Yemen, he passed by Yathrib. And Yathrib is the Medina or Taiba. It's called Medina or Taiba. When the Prophet ﷺ migrated from Mecca to Yathrib, the people of Yathrib called it Medina, the city of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. So it has three names. It has Medina, Yathrib, or Taiba. You'll hear a song, it's called Ya Taiba. That's the Yathrib. So Tuban bin Rabi'a had a son who he sent first to go to Yemen through Medina. But unfortunately, he was killed in Medina, in Yathrib. So he came with an army to Medina to retaliate. And subhanAllah, during the day, he would fight the people of Yathrib. And during the night, the people of Yathrib, they would send him generosity. They would send him food and drinks and this and that and gifts. And he was amazed. He was like, how come? And this is up to date. If you go to Yathrib or to Medina up to date, there is a difference between the people of Medina and the people of Mecca. And I'm not trying to take anything away from the people of Medina, but the people of Medina are well known of their generosity. So he was amazed, and he was amazed about the quality of the people of Yathrib. Because usually the enemy is just waiting for you, waiting to destroy you, whether it's by starvation or any other means. So Yathrib at that time had a couple scholars of Jews. When I say the Jews, I'm talking about the people that followed the true teachings of Musa alayhi salam. So they came to him and they advised Tuban. They told him, we do not advise you to fight against these people. We are expecting a prophet that will settle here very soon.